People are losing their minds over this Green Lantern conspiracy theory revolving around Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. We got to talk about this.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, guys, it has not been ending. The Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni train continues to truck along, and it's been absolutely crazy indeed. In fact, there's been a lot of interesting conspiracy theories that have been flying out here in these streets, and people are going, could this very well be true? Could there be something? Could jealousy be rearing its ugly green head? Get what I'm saying there? Hey, something that has to do with Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds' movie Green Lantern, which was trash. It was trash. But anyway, that is the tragedy, that movie. But that's a whole other conversation in itself, because, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people that were fans of Ryan Reynolds and thinking that it would be a really great movie, and it ended up being really, really bad. But that's another conversation in itself. We all understand and know that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds apparently met and fell in love on the set of making that movie Green Lantern. Okay, at least that's what they say out here in these rumor streets. Okay, now there's something that's very interesting about this, because it could very well be a foreshadowing or an inkling of maybe something bad could have happened. Some jealousy may have unfolded due to a scene that seems to be similar. Like I said, I don't know about all this, but I know that this is something that people are starting to talk about, this very interesting conspiracy theory. I don't know how much of this is in 100%, but we're still going to look at this and talk about it nonetheless. All right. So fans are going wild for this new "it ends with us" theory, okay, conspiracy theory. And again, I feel like it's a little bit of like kind of like a Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? Don't know if it's in 100% in my personal opinion, but it is a theory that people are talking about nonetheless, okay? And it has to do with, like, maybe this whole lawsuit, all this stuff that's going on is because of Ryan Reynolds' jealousy. Now, I know that's something that everybody has been talking about as of late, that maybe the origin or the start of all this is because of Ryan Reynolds' jealousy, or that he saw something, was not happy with it, and then, of course, just lost his doggone mind in a jealous rage. And, of course, now he's like, I'm going to destroy this man. There's no one going to be taking my woman. No one going to take my woman. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that, right? Now, I don't know. Like I said, don't know if all that is true. We still are trying to figure that out. There's a lot of speculation, but now people are trying to tag the Green Lantern movie to this situation as well. So let's take a look at this article here. So a huge element of the Hollywood feud between Blake Lively and her "and It Ends With Us" co-star Justin Baldoni centers around the actress trying to take control of the movie, which we already know about, right? She clearly took over. It was a hostile takeover, which is insane. Okay. And now fans are convinced they've discovered a new twist in the tale after spotting similarities between a controversial scene where Blake alleges she was SH'd by Baldoni and her first ever movie with Ryan Reynolds, which is called the Green Lantern. Sorry. It just wasn't that good. There's so much potential. Okay. But it was potential wasted. Moving on, Lively and Baldoni are set to face each other in court next year, which we already know about all that stuff. And of course, Justin Baldoni is fighting for his life, fighting for his livelihood. Again, this is a David versus Goliath type of situation, and we're all watching. Okay, this is all happening right here on the world stage for sure. Okay, so he released unedited video, okay, of footage of this dance scene that he took with himself and Blake for this movie. Okay, after she accused him of dragging his lips down her neck and telling her it smells so good. Okay, in her civil rights complaint, the actress 37 insisted nobody overheard the comment because the romantic montage was silent and the microphones were switched off. But oh, guess what? They were still on, weren't they? Yeah, they were. However, it has been revealed that Justin's sound equipment was switched on, which we already know. Okay, and while Justin could be heard saying it's her fake tan that smells good as the pair joke, Blake's legal team are insisting the video itself is damning. It's very oh, you can see it's so bad, so on and so forth, right? But I want you to see something. Here's a clip from Green Lantern. All right. They're slow dancing in a bar scene. And then, of course, it ends with us. Same kind of situation where they're slow dancing in a bar scene. Those stills are very important, so keep those in your brain as we continue. Now, Hollywood couple famously worked together. The now Hollywood couple famously worked together on Green Lantern back in 2010. Okay, while he was still married to Scarlett Johansson, and she was dating Gossip Girl co-star Penn Badgley. Yes, and apparently this is where the affair popped off. Okay, so Blake and Ryan tied the knot just 2 years later, following his divorce from Scarlett Johansson in December of 2010. So it was pretty quick, and that's why there's a lot of speculation about infidelity and all of that stuff. Okay, so he was playing Hal Jordan, the main character, the hero of the movie, Green Lantern, and his love interest, Carol Ferris. Okay, about 30 minutes into the film, there is a romantic dance scene between the couple, with one fan highlighting it is very reminiscent of her recent scene with Justin. Taking to Twitter, or X, okay, the eagle-eyed fan penned, "I noticed that about 30 minutes into the film, there's a scene where Lively and Reynolds' characters dance in a bar in an almost identical way to the slow dance scene, and it ends with us. The only difference is the characters were talking." So in the bar scene in the Green Lantern, they're bonding and they're talking. They got scripted lines, right? And then it ends with us. It's just a montage, so they're not really talking. It's like slow motion of them, kind of slowly falling in love type thing. Okay, posing their conspiracy, they question, could it be that Lively was trying to recreate the scene to be similar to the scene she did with her husband when she fell in love with him? I gotta play this. I'm curious. It's an interesting question. Nonetheless, I mean, there's plenty of movies where there are slow dance scenes. Let me just keep it a beam with y'all. There are plenty of scenes in movies where there's slow dance scenes and, or montages of showing people falling in love. And one of the scenes is them slow dancing together and they're slowly falling in love together. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. There's plenty of those. So it could just be a coinky dink, but nonetheless, it's possible, right? Did she rewrite the scene to mirror the details of the dance? Is this what she means when she says her husband is quote unquote all over this movie? Now, again, let me reiterate again that slow dances are not a random out of the blue thing. People slow dance all the time, right? Especially in movies. There's plenty of those types of scenes all the time to add a little bit more tension, to add a little bit more, of that je ne sais quoi, right? But at the same time, it is interesting that maybe Ryan Reynolds saw something and it maybe got him mad. That's possible. So the next question is, did Ryan Reynolds see this and get jealous because it hit a nerve? Now, I wouldn't sit there and say that, oh, this automatically makes me think that, oh, this slow dance scene is reminiscent of the scene in the Green Lantern when I first fell in love with her and all that stuff. I don't know about all that. But I can see with people having time on their hands, thinking about this and going, oh, that's possible, right? When you don't have everything yet, there's always room for interpretation. There's always room for conspiracy. There's always room for theories, right? And some can be really, really wild. This is not as wild as we have heard in the past, but it is kind of out there. But again, you never know. I still believe that something happened. I believe that something happened on the set. That's just what I truly believe. Something happened on the set that made him very upset, that Ryan Reynolds may have seen, or maybe they felt something. Maybe these two, there was a little bit of something. Like I said, just a little flash of something. And then, of course, things got bad. Maybe she made a pass at him. Maybe he made a pass at her. Remember, they were working on this for 2.5 years, over 2.5 years working on this project. There's a lot of possibilities of just interaction, conversations back and forth that may have been misinterpreted as something else. Or, you never know. Maybe Ryan Reynolds was sitting there going over the 2.5 years going, damn, y'all are getting really close for no doggone reason. Y'all just working on this project. What's up with this? Should I be worried about this? Maybe I should be worried about this. And then seeing the footage or just hearing the voice notes, that he sends to Blake, right? With his bedroom voice, oh, hi, Blake. I was just thinking, you're so right. I just really appreciate what you were doing. And it's just so amazing. And, just having your those two with you, having Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds, having your dragons with you is so awesome. And I just have to commend you for that. And bedroom talk, right? So again, hearing that kind of stuff, seeing those long ass text messages that they're sending to each other back and forth for over 2.5 years, I can see something like that making Ryan Reynolds feel some type of way. But slow dance, I don't know. Okay. So Blake reportedly riled the producers with demands to take creative control over It Ends With Us after she previously confessed, my husband is all over this movie. Okay. And again, like I said, clearly he had some sort of something. Right. He had some sort of influence with this whole thing. OK, she previously told E! News the iconic rooftop scene. My husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but now. OK, but now. OK. She added, we help each other. We work together so much. He works on everything I do. I work on everything he does. So he wins. His celebrations are mine and mine are his. Sounds like a great team. But at the same time, if you're butting heads with the other co-creator and that director, Justin Baldoni, doesn't know that it's a package deal, that you're not only getting just Blake Lively, but you're also getting the Green Lantern as well, I can see there being a little bit of a rift and an issue. And also, you got to remember, if Ryan Reynolds is alpha and Baldoni is alpha, I can see like having that alpha energy. I can see them button heads immediately solely because of that as well. Just something to think about. The similarities between the teams, between the scenes, have led fans to wonder whether perhaps the dance scene could have been Blake's idea or whether she mimicked her acting on the previous scene with her husband. Again, I mean, that remains to be seen, but it does seem a little bit interesting. Okay. But again, this is the tweet that was put out there asking that question, like, could it be a situation that happened? You got a scene with no intimacy coordinator around. Could she have been, mimicking this scene because she's having some feelings for Justin Baldoni? I don't know. I don't know all about that, but I do know that there is something that has not been tapped in yet. And I do think that some of this has to do with a little bit of jealousy. It definitely has to a certain extent. Okay. I feel like it's more than just creative control. I feel like there is something else that we just have not gotten the full scope on. Hence the reason why people are coming out with their conspiracy theories, with their theories. Now, is this completely off? I leave that up to you. I think there's a possibility that is, I feel like a bunch of these things can be true all at the same time. I think that there is jealousy. I think that there is some sort of creative control issue, a power struggle going on within this whole thing as well. Those things all need to be put into consideration because I think it turns into this jambalaya of debacle. Okay, this jambalaya of muckery. All right. That we're dealing with right now. So I think it's a lot of things. Maybe the power struggle happened immediately after Ryan Reynolds or both of them, realized that there was some sort of connection going on. You see what I'm saying? Something's interesting. Something interesting is going on here. And hopefully we get some answers here very, very soon. But again, what say you? What are your thoughts on this conspiracy theory? Is it completely off? Is it right on the nose? What are your thoughts? Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to comment, but hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. We'll talk very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.